Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the National Sandy News live stream. We are at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California for the Southern California Sand Drag Association Mayhem at Soboba event. And we are doing some jack prep. So we get ready for the heads up qualifying session coming up here momentarily. Wow. Bob Cambridge getting the starting line squared away here. Getting it flattened out. Got the other lane taken care of. Looks pretty good. So we're getting ready for this first qualifying session of the weekend for Pro Mod, Fast Force Class, Top Eliminator, and Blown Alcohol. We finished up testing tune a little while ago, and we've already been through the first two rounds of the Friday Night Gambler, and we're going to go into this heads-up qualifying session, and then I believe we have 4 cars left in the Friday Night Gambler, so we'll try to stay live on here as we progress through the rest of the show here. So a big thank you this weekend to the folks at Good Vibrations Motorsports coming on board as the presenting sponsor of the NSDN live stream this weekend. High performance mail order, specializing in loan applications. Be sure to go to goodvibesracing.com or find Good Vibrations Motorsports on Facebook. Great folks came on board to help us out this weekend. We got to thank Good Vibrations Motorsports along with the rest of our NSDN Daily Race coverage sponsors for this event, including Hammer Down Racing, Mr. Dennis Reich, Morris Family Racing, Rialto Trophy, MPC Racing, Mr. Mark Ratliff, Kenny Hazel flirting with Disaster Racing, and Kevin Williams. Big shout out to those folks who all chipped in to help ensure this race coverage this weekend. So we're getting ready for the first qualifying session for the heads-up classes. We had some test passes earlier today. Derek Alcunis in the Larry Minor Motorsports Pro Mod GP went 283. Really nice run off the trailer. Jimmy DePass went a 296 in the DePass Otis ride. Pro Mod Jeep. And then Chris Barlow brought out his new Top Alcohol dragster, and he made a nice, he made a quick early shut-off pass, and came back around and made a, I'd say he clicked it off about, I don't know, 200 foot, went 277. So really nice first outing for Chris Barlow, and that team, we'll see them up when Top Alcohol comes up. Top Alcohol is at the end of this session. We're going to start out with Pro Mod and go to the Fast Force A Field class. And then we'll go to Top Eliminator, 295 Index, and then on to Top Alcohol. We've already seen some pretty good racing here at the Mayhem at Soboba event. Yes, there are bikes here this weekend. I believe they are done. I just see one racer in the lanes over there, but I believe they're done for the day. I don't think that they ran any more. There's probably only about 7 or 8. A lot of the bike guys show up on Saturday, so we'll see a lot better class when tomorrow's racing comes around. Oh, we saw Mike Brock this year, doubled up in the last race here at Soboba and his 3-wheelers, and we also saw Mark Ratliff and a bunch of the other normal West Coast racers here, bike tests. Robbie's in line over there, ready to go. See Brian Chapman out there finding a spot for the Skidmore team. To get ready for the first qualifying session. Gives you a look at the equipment they use here. Soboba, it's a pretty nice piece of equipment to groom the track. Nice wide implement, gets most of the lane taken care of. Pretty heavy dirt. So once again, we're racing 300-foot sand drags here with the Southern California Sand Drag Association, Mayhem at Soboba. San Jacinto, California is where we are at. So we're down to 4 in the Gambler. Let me walk down here a little ways. I know Charlie Johnson's still in. I know Wes Johnson's still in. Let's go walk over here and see if we can figure out who the other 2 cars are. Justin Adamson's still in. I see that. I see that's Charlie. Oh, Bill Meany. Okay, so when we get to the Gambler semifinals, it's going to be Justin Adamson and Wes Johnson, and Charlie Johnson against Bill Meany. So 4 cars in the Gambler, and then over here we got all the heads-up classes getting geared up and ready to go. Pro Mod, Fast Fours, Top Eliminator, and Top Alcohol. Told we should have about 5 or 6 cars in the Fast Fours class this weekend, so that should be a pretty good show. Top Eliminator, we're looking at somewhere around 9 or 10 cars in the 295 class. Top Alcohol, looks like about 7 cars this weekend. So one of the best showings of Top Alcohol cars we've seen in a while. And Pro Mod, I'm not sure. I believe we probably just the same 3 that ran at the last race. So they're continuing to prep the track. I thought they were a little closer to ready when I went live. But bear with us here. Get the track squared away and have some qualifying action for you live right here on National Sand Drag News. It's like a really strong class of Top Eliminator cars. A lot of the guys are here for the first session. Friday sessions kind of hit or miss. Guys make it in time, or they just wait for Saturday's 3 sessions. But I think I've seen majority of them roll up Q1. It's probably about 65 degrees, I'm going to say right now. With a pretty steady breeze. You can probably see the flag down at the end of the track there. The American flag blowing pretty good. Pretty steady crosswind, 10 to 15 miles an hour or so. Which won't affect much, but that's why we're on this side of the track, so we don't get covered in dirt. So the tractor is down at the end, probably about halfway through the shutdown area. So once he clears, I guess we'll be ready for Pro Mod qualifying session number 1 here at the Soboba Casino, San Jacinto, California. Alamute checking in. I hear Junior's going racing next weekend up in Albany, Oregon. That should be interesting. So yeah, it's starting to cool off pretty good. Should be some really good air for this session. We'll plug our friends at Good Vibrations Motorsports once again. High performance mailer. They got just about everything you need, from safety equipment, chassis components, pretty much anything you could use on your normal bracket car, but they also specialize in blown applications. They've got the full line of Enderley fuel injection products and just a whole lot of really good stuff. So be sure to check them out, goodvibesracing.com. They actually have a catalog, free catalog available. You can view it online or fill out the form and they'll send you one in the mail. Yes sir, let's go racing. That would be fantastic. I believe when this tractor clears, we'll be ready for the first qualifying session in Pro Mod. Guys, be sure to like and share this viewing of the live stream. Get as many people as we can get on here tonight. We get ready for this qualifying session. Bear with me here for a second. The camera might shake a little bit. Just want to make sure I was plugged in and keeping the phone going here for the session. So, hey, good news. The tractor is off the track. It's time to go racing. I believe Les Gilmore's in line for Pro Mod Unlimited. He should be the first car out. I don't know if Eric Balkunis or Jimmy DePassi can make this session. They both made passes earlier, and I haven't seen them in the lanes yet. They may hold off and run top alcohol as they double enter. Well, hey, we're going fast fours, changing it up. This is the fast fours A fuel category, turbocharged 4 cylinders. A majority of them, a little nitro in the tank. It's the world record holder, Mr. Robert Skidmore. Skidmore Racing over on the far side, out of Phoenix, up against Don Mink. Don in this ride, MTM Motorsports, right out of the Remington. First time out with this chassis. I believe this is the ex-Tony Giardino car. First time in A-Fuel action for Don Mink with this car. And also the center seat buggy. So Robert Skidmore over there on the far side, world record holder, and Don Mink. Here in the Hang on a second, guys. The scoreboards didn't work, so we're going to have to listen to the announcer to hear what their times were. Okay, 2. We're gonna have to double check that time. But anyways, so what's going on is they've been having some connectivity issues with the scoreboards here. So since I'm on this side of the track, that's about the only way I can find out what the times were. Yeah, it didn't work that time. They've been working on and off all weekend. So here goes Mario Tavares in the Potter Rods entry. 277 was the number for Robert Skidmore. 277 was the number for Robert Skidmore to set the benchmark. Look at the full stealth paint there on Mario Tavares' car. Got kind of a flat silver deal going there. Very cool. Mario Tavares. Wow. Mario went for the sky on that one. He got out about 30-40 feet and that thing just hiked it up big time up on the bar, and he lifted. He actually rolled through the beam, so I believe he did not get an ET on that. I think a little bit of the stage file issues. So in that session, Robert Skidmore is your #1 qualifier with a 2.77. We'll get the full numbers here later on, and I'm not sure what Don Nico ran on his test. Mario built the beams there for no time. So it sounds to me like we're going to run the semifinals of the Friday Night Rugby Award. Wes Johnson up here on the near lane. The Snap-on Tools, Larry Miner Motor, Snap-on Tools Jeep, up against Justin Addison in the race team. Wes Johnson in the near lane, Justin Addison in the far lane. Semi-final in the Friday Night Pro Gambler. And Wes Johnson was hugging the inside of the lane and got the job done. 4:15 with an 8 at 74 miles an hour. So Wes Johnson's moving on to the final, or he will face one of these two. It's either going to be Bill Meany, Larry Miner Motorsports, small black Chevy Power Jeep, up against the Mopar Power, Charlie Johnson from right here in heaven. Charlie's going to be dialed in at 460-ish, and Bill Meany's been running 370 or Bill meeting with the red light, and Charlie Johnson's moving on to the next round. Very sportsmanlike job there, Charlie Johnson. He saw that Bill went too deep and allowed him to back up and get back in the beams. Great sportsmanship amongst all these racers out here. That was pretty cool. So Charlie Johnson and Wes Johnson, brothers, in the final round of the Friday night Mayhem. We are here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California for the Southern California Sand Drag Association Mayhem at Soboba event. You are watching the National Sand Drag News live stream from this event presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. So huge shout out to Good Vibrations Motorsports coming on board this weekend as the presenting sponsor of the live stream. Also a big shout out to all of our daily race coverage sponsors from this event. Once again, Good Vibrations Motorsports, as well as Hammer Down Racing, Mr. Dennis Reich. Dennis actually debuted his new bracket Jeep this weekend, and he's got it dialed in right where he wants it to run in both Pro 2 and Pro 3 this weekend already. Ran right around the 4:25 time break, so really good first day for Dennis. Also got to give a big shout out to Morris Family Racing. You'll see them over in the lanes getting ready to make their top Eliminator pass. Great folks over there and big supporters of NSDN. Also a big shout out to Rialto Trophy, our friend Todd and Tricia Kinney, the whole Kinney family. Great supporters of Southern California Sand Drag Racing. Also a shout out to Mark Ratliff, MPC Racing. Mark's competing in the ATV classes this weekend. Also Kevin Williams Racing. Seen him make a bunch of passes out here this weekend. I believe he went out second round in the Gambler tonight. And flirting with disaster racing, Mr. Kenny Hayes. He had an unfortunate red light first round, but I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow. You see Kenny over there on the golf cart. So big shout out to all these folks that helped make this happen. We couldn't do it without them. Definitely a huge thank you. So we are here in the middle of the first round of qualifying for the heads-up categories. We just ran the Fast Fours A-Field class. I just saw another car roll up, so I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I saw Art Cronin roll into the lanes a little late, but I'm sure he'll get a hit in here. Pro Mod, it looks like I see Wes Gilmore in his Jeep back there. So I would assume he's going to be next. Also, there's a Larry Minor Jeep shootout this weekend. If it's for all Jeeps that were built by Larry Minor Motorsports. Larry put up a purse of somewhere around $2,500 for that. For first and second, I believe it's $2,000 to win and $500 for second place. So they're going to have a time run here tonight still. I'm not sure when they're going to run it, but there will be a time run for the Larry Minor Jeep class. Larry Minor Jeep Shootout, I believe, is the official title. You guys up next?
Pro Mod and then
okay. So Pro Mod's going to run, and then it's Top Eliminator. In the lanes getting ready to go. I see the finalists for the Pro Gambler, the brothers Wes and Charlie Johnson getting ready to go. That way, silver and red Jeep sitting there. They'll be up next. So this weekend, heads up classes, we're gonna have, we already had the Fast 4's A-Fuel cars run, Top Eliminator, Pro Mod, and Top Alcohol. There are no Top Fuel, no Nitro cars here this weekend. They'll all be right here September 30th through October 2nd for the big Top Fuel showdown, we'll call it. So that, mark your calendars for that one. I know a lot of the teams had prior commitments this weekend and were unable to make the show, but they're all planning on being here, all of them will be here, Soboba Casino, September 30th through October 2nd, and we will be here on National San Diego News with the live stream presented by Good Vibration Motorsports. A huge thank you to Good Vibration for coming on board for not only this race, but the next race, September 30th through October 2nd. So here we go, Pro Mod. Oh, hey. We got Jimmy Ash coming up here in the near lane. And the Otis Express team. And Jimmy's going to be facing off with Derek Baltunis, the Larry Minor Motorsports Lucas Oil team. So Jimmy DePass will be here in the near lane. And Derek Baltunis in the front. Jimmy DePass over here on the left side goes 285 at 108.
It was bouncing, it didn't. Yeah. Laid down the car. Laid down.
So 285 for Jimmy DePass, a nice looking run. I could not hear what the other side ran. Dan the Man, our wonderful announcer over there, he was going to go check on it and text me over the number so I would have something. So we'll see what he comes up with. But 285 for Jimmy DePass. On the near side, we'll find out what Derek ran here momentarily, hopefully. .285 with a 7 on the right. So both were 285. Wow. Okay. That's cool. So 285.1 for the Pass and 285.7 for Baltunis. Sorry for the confusion, guys, a little bit this weekend. They're having some connectivity issues with the scoreboard, so they kind of work sometimes they don't. So I do my best to get you guys the numbers, and I'm not sure what we're doing here, but I believe this is going to be Top Eliminator. Billy Morris coming up here in the near lane against Wes Gilmore. So I'm not sure, maybe Wes is running PE this weekend, but Billy Morris, the $2 Bill team, Morris Family Racing, Up against Westfield Lift. Blown alcohol juice. That thing is really, really, really cool. Up against Lenore. Goes 291 with a 7 at 116, and we have no idea what Les Gilmore ran. We'll find out here in a minute. So Billy was a little on the fast side for Q1, but they'll go back and make some adjustments. There's Eddie Knox out on the track, problem child, Top Fuel Hydro team owner and tuner. So Billy Morris 291. We'll find out what Les Gilmore went. And we'll fire the next pair, Top Eliminator, qualifying session number 1. .351 was the number for Les Gilmore. So that brings up our next pair. Check out these two characters. It's going to be Mark on the far side in the blown alcohol Walter out of Lemoore, California. Up against Mr. Supermoto himself, Christian Payne, in the last minute race was blown out from the Soboba direction. So Christian Payne coming up here on the near side. That's Mark Whitmore. Whitmore's even touchdown. Christian's dad, Mr. Sid Payne, right there on the starting line. Getting them lined up. Mark Whitmore. Christian Payne goes 333 over here on the left side. It sounded like he didn't shift right away. He over-rubbed it pretty good, but 333, hopefully he didn't do any damage to it. 333 at 85 miles an hour. Mark Whitmore looked like a pretty strong run, but our right lane scoreboard is now dead apparently, so we'll find out from our announcer, Mr. Dan the Man. We'll let me know here momentarily what the number was. 3.12 for Mr. Mark Whitmore, taking number 1 qualifying for the moment. 3.12. So, we've run 2 pairs of top eliminator qualifying. Number 1 qualifier, Mark Whitmore with a 312. Christian Payne sitting second at 333. Les Gilmore 351, and Billy Morris is 291. A little quicker than the class index will put him at the bottom of the sheet for right now. So top eliminator, I didn't get a chance to explain that earlier, but top eliminator is on a 2.95 index. So you want to run it as close to 295 as possible without breaking out. see a lot of diverse combinations in the category. A lot of, we'll see dragsters, we'll see short, we'll see Jeeps, buggies. I see the buggies are at the front of the lanes right now. A lot of different combinations, a lot of blown alcohol stuff. Very, very cool, very, very competitive category. We call it, we term it kind of the pro stock of sand drags because the competition is so tight in this category. So, and Christian Payne over here in the near lane. We'll talk about him for a minute. Last minute racing team. First time Christian's been out on track for a little while. Christian's big into the supermoto world right now. He's been doing very, very well at the races around his home in Bakersfield, and he's been traveling quite a bit. So Christian can get it done. Doesn't matter if it's got 2 wheels or 4 wheels. He's a very talented racer. So good to see Christian and his dad sit back out here, and I'm sure they'll get her dialed in closer to the 95 index as the weekend progresses. So once again, you are watching the National Sand Drag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports here at the Southern California Sand Drag Association Mayhem at Soboba. So, huge shout out to the fine folks at Good Vibrations Motorsports. It's like our banner is flapping around a little bit. We've had a pretty windy day here. It's kind of wreaked havoc with our banner program, but it's going to be like that all weekend, so hopefully we don't have any other issues. But big thank you to Good Vibrations Motorsports. They're the presenting sponsor of our live stream this weekend. High performance mail order, that's a fact. Specializing in blown applications. They've got a full selection of Enderley parts if you have fuel injection. But gosh, they have just about anything that you would need high performance wise. Check them out, Good Vibrations Motorsports. Kind of weird. It's like we dropped the connection there for a second. We're back. No, top alcohol has not run yet. We are in top Eliminator, and then we're going to go to top alcohol. So we're going to finish up this qualifying session here. There's probably got to be 4 or 5 cars left in top Eliminator, and then we'll switch over to top alcohol. I see some of the alcohol guys already loaded up in the lanes. Jim Hammond's over there. I saw Chris Barlow tow up with his new car. Pedro Villa. I see the Express team over there. I'm fairly certain Craig Mark's going to run tonight. Billy ran a 2.91. 291 for Billy Morris, ran a top eliminator qualifier. The best run, number 1 qualifier so far is 312 out of Mark Whitmore. Billy went faster at the class index, 295, so he'll be looking to improve that number tomorrow. Very cool. Glad to see people tuning in, checking things out. We are at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California. San Jacinto, Hemet area, Southern California, that's where we are for the Mayhem at Soboba race. 300-foot sand drag race. So we're going 300 feet or 100 yards. Hey, we have royalty on here. Wheelie King Nick is on here. Jeff is in the lanes. So we'll get to see Jeff listed in the Sand Bomber here momentarily. Top Eliminator qualifying. Out of the Vegas area. I hear what sounds like a 4-cylinder car running over there, so we may have Art Cronin coming up to make a pass. the sun over here is brutal. It is it was really tough for the bracket guys to see the tree during the Pro Gambler the first couple rounds. It's going down, but it's still making things pretty difficult. Seeing the Christmas tree for the racers. The track seems to be pretty good. They put a lot of water on it this afternoon, and I think it's going to work out pretty good here for the heads up guys. This track notoriously comes in as the weekend goes on, so day one usually you don't see the best numbers of the weekend. But, well, we've got to change the plans. It's going to be the time trial pass for the Larry Minor Jeep Shootout. And the first Jeep down the track is Larry Minor. Larry Minor and Kevin Williams coming up. Larry very instrumental in bringing sandbags back to the Jacinto Hemet area. Larry of Agra Empire and Larry Minor Motorsports name. Lives just down the road from the track here. Very nice looking Jeep here. Up against Kevin Williams. Now you can see Kevin on the first time seeing the crew. Larry Minor went 402. Well, that's a pretty stout pass. 113 on the train. Bill Meany over here in the near lane, and our old friend, Mr. Chris Ketron, over on the far side. Chris bringing out his Larry Minor Motorsports display. Chris is a big part of the National Sandbag Association. Good friend of ours here at NSDN. First time out at the races in a while, so good to see Chris out here putting in some laps. That Jeep has been very consistent in the 430 range this weekend. So he's going to make a hit here against Bill Meany. Bill Meany goes 381 over on the left side. I'm not sure what Chris went over on the far side. Scoreboard didn't come on, so. But they'll give him some numbers to help him dial tomorrow. Hey, here's a race. This is father and son. Dave Dempsey. Not sure which side. Let's see. Yeah, Dave Dempsey's in the far lane. His son is over here in the near lane. Wasn't as good. It sounded like it stumbled when he stomped it, so I'm sure they'll get that ironed out as the weekend progresses. But that thing's got like a 600 plus cubic inch big block Chevy in it. Hey, it's Rick Hendershot on the far side. I believe he was the winner. Or no, that's not. That's Jeff Gorski. Jeff Gorski against number 6. Not sure who number 6 is, but this thing is this copper colored Jeep is beautiful. As you can see, both drivers are having an extremely difficult time seeing the trees. Both of them foot braking. 436 over here on the left side. And we have no numbers on the right side again. So like I said earlier, there are some connectivity issues with the scoreboards down at the end of the track. So their intermittent right lane board's just flat out been out for the last little bit. But earlier on, they would work occasionally. I'm sure they're going to look into that tonight. Hopefully get those working solidly as the weekend progresses. So we're going to go back to qualifying. I think that was it for the Larry Minor Jeep Class Jeeps tonight. I'm sure there'll be quite a few more that will come in for eliminations in that deal tomorrow night. So once again, a big thank you to the presenting sponsor of the National Sand Drag News live stream this weekend, Good Vibrations Motorsports. Big thanks to the Mar family for coming on board with us. High Performance Mailer. Go check them out, goodvibracing.com. Find them on Facebook, Good Vibrations Motorsports. So we are here, we're at the 47-minute mark of the live stream. Be sure to like and share this and get as many people watching as possible as we wrap up qualifying session number 1 for the heads-up categories. And there's the man, the myth, the legend, and the man, our announcer, who has been sending us numbers across the track and has been doing a fabulous job of that. So what do you think, Dan?
Another awesome turnout at Soboba, man. That's all I can say. This is one of the greatest places to sand race. And if you guys ever get a chance to get here, get here.
Absolutely. We got a good turnout
awesome
going. We got, the West Coast races always have just stellar equipment, great racers, always a good time. What more can you say?
Come to Soboba.
Come to Soboba. September 30th through October 2nd is the next big show here, including the Top Fuel Showdown. We should have a big field in there. Hopefully we're looking at a big top alcohol class also for that event. This weekend's going to have a big top alcohol class anyways, but things are going pretty well out there. What do you think of this Larry Minor Jeep class, Dan?
I think Larry's built, I'd have to ask him, I think 50-ish, and they're almost all here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A little bit of money up for these guys, a very nice purse for them.
And how about Larry back in the seat? Is that cool or what?
Unbelievable. And
he goes up there and he went 110 on the tree, 402. I mean, just right back in the saddle.
Awesome racer, right back at it. Goes from dunes to racing, just in the same Jeep.
Oh, and Larry has done everything. I mean, we've talked the Baja stuff like. There was actually an online radio show where they talked to him. I don't know if you caught that.
They did.
He talked. He was the NHRA Top Fuel World Record holder. Well, he was champion.
Gary Beck.
But he was the record holder himself, driving the car.
Right.
So I mean, Larry's done everything from championship car owner, setting the world record himself. I mean, it's just incredible.
And pioneer of sand drag on the West Coast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. Hands down.
Very, very much.
And
so.
he's still to this day putting forth the extra effort to keep it going. I mean, he put a lot of effort into this deal to get this going, getting this back out here for the season. Just fantastic.
Yeah, it's very cool to see all of his Jeeps out here and all the guys that own them. Very, very big family that owns all these Jeeps that not only races them, like say, go to the sand and stuff. It's all a pretty awesome family. I think when you buy or own one of Larry's Jeeps, you get attached to the rest of the whole program that Larry does, sand racing to sand dunes.
Oh, and on any given dune weekend during dune season, they're all out at the dunes. They're out at Glamis. They're running them hard out there in the dunes. Absolutely. So it's a pretty cool deal to see this big shootout this weekend for the Larry Minor Jeeps. Was it $2,500? Is that what we heard? $2,500 first. Larry personally put up $2,500. I believe it's $2,000 to win and $500 per second. And he said, "Hey, we're gonna have class. We're gonna race. All the entry fees are going to the track."
Yep.
And Larry's paying the purse, so it's just a win-win for everybody. And it's gonna be a really cool show tomorrow night. And we'll make sure to have that live right here.
He gets to race in his own class.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Larry's definitely gonna race in his own class. There's no doubt. So a huge thank you to Dan the Man. He's doing a great job on the PA over there and keeping us informed as to what the times are. Very cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a scoreboard down right now.
Yeah,
hopefully we'll get a little time tonight to
yeah,
kind of sort it out.
Definitely have a connectivity issue, and we have one that's just flat out dead right now. So hopefully they'll put the work in and they'll get it done. They'll get it going again.
And a big thanks to Mr. Tom Bray. By the way, folks, this guy comes out here, does a bang up job for us. I appreciate it. I know everybody here does. We can't get our voice out there without the help of Tom and folks like him, and so we appreciate that, and thank all of our sponsors. You guys don't know how many people it takes, excuse me, to do this deal. From the guys in the tractors that never hear us thank them and appreciate what they do, to all the folks here. You see the Jeeps and stuff running around. That's our Jeep club that comes out here and helps us pull vehicles and push vehicles when we need it and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and you know, thanks to all of our sponsors.
Until you've been on the other side of the fence as far as helping put the races on or promoting races, you really don't know what kind of work goes into doing this. It's ridiculous. But I'll tell you what, it's a job and a half, but everybody enjoys it. So, anyways, okay, let's move on to more top Eliminator qualifying. It's going to be the buggy, Mr. Paul Graham, in the excavator, blown alcohol Chevy Power, up against Mr. 295, Paul Taylor. About a month ago in Avenel, California, Paul went 295.0 off the Taylor. So Paul Taylor in the far lane, Paul Graham in the near lane. Looking run on both sides. And the scoreboards didn't work on either side. So we'll find out from Dan the Man here momentarily what the numbers were. Like I said earlier, we do have some connectivity issues with the scoreboard, so Dan will send me the info here in just a moment. As we fire our next pair, top Eliminator qualifying session number 1. It's the winner from just a few weeks ago up in Avenel, California. It's Jim Rossi in the Bad Toy. Jim and his wife Patty, they do a great job with that car, the Chevy Power. He will be coming out on the, I'm guessing the far side. And Jim will be facing off with Larry Snow in the lap dance, the lone alcohol buggy. If I'm not mistaken, these two faced off in the semifinals up in Avenel. Jim took the win late in a really close race. But Jim Ross is over here on the far side in the Bad Toy against Larry Snow in the blown alcohol buggy. puts down a 293. A little bit too fast for the 295 index, but hey, that may possibly be the quickest pass he's made in that car. I'm not sure if he's been quicker than 95 before. A 293 for Larry Snow, and I'm not sure what the number is yet for Mr. Rossi. We'll find out here in just a moment. In the pair before, Paul Graham won a 301. I still don't have a number for Paul Taylor, unfortunately, so we'll find out later if the qualifying order's up. I'm sure Dan will fill us in with what Rossi's number was here momentarily. So now it's going to be the Sand Bomber. Oh, 294 with a 9 for Jim Rossi. Just a 1 foul quicker than the class index. So that's a tough way to start the weekend for Jim Rossi, but I'm sure he'll tame it down a little bit for Q2 tomorrow afternoon. And next up, it'll be the Sand Bomber. It's Jacinto out of Las Vegas. Lone, small, black, Chevy Bomber. Right here. Sand Bomber. Wow, look at that. 302 for Jeff Liston, putting it down through there. Great run for the small block power. Awesome run for Jeff. I know it's been a while since he's been that quick. That car's been in the twos, but Jeff's done a lot of work to that car, and they could be a dark horse contender here at the top Eliminator class this weekend. Off the trailer goes 302 at 105 miles an hour. Wow, the scoreboard is doing some really weird stuff down there in the right lane. The one that works is dimming and going bright and changing brightnesses quite often. And change. Okay, so I don't know what we're running next. Top alcohol is in the lanes. So as of this moment, we're not sure what Paul Taylor ran yet, but as of this moment, Paul Graham is your #1 qualifier with a 301. So we'll find out from the Taylor crew what the number was. Well, I'll get the numbers off the computer here in a little bit. As of now, Paul Graham's your #1 qualifier at 301, Jeff Liston in at 302. Mark Whitmore in the blown altered sitting third at 312. Like I said, those numbers are unofficial because the only number we don't know at this point is Paul Taylor, and he very easily could have put it to 290s and took the top spot. So we'll find out. So once again, big thank you to the fine folks at Good Vibrations Motorsports. You are watching the National Sand Drag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. We are here in San Jacinto, California at Soboba Casino for the Southern California Sand Drag Association Mayhem at Soboba event. We are 300-foot sand drag racing. We are in the middle of qualifying session #1 here at Soboba, Q1. Not sure what we're waiting for here. But a big thank you to everybody tuning in tonight. Be sure to like and share this video. Everybody knows what's going on here. Get as many viewers as possible. Hey, I hear a car running. I believe this is going to be Art Cronin in the Meltdown 8-fuel Fast Forward car. So here we go, Art Cronin in the Cronin Racing Meltdown Dragster. Number 1 qualifier is currently Robert Skidmore with a 277. So we'll see if Art can knock him off the top of the list. Went A to B there, got the shootout. Everything looking good down there. A little hop, skip, and a jump past the finish line, but we'll find out from Dan the man what the number was. We're not sure at the moment. We'll find out. So we're gonna clean the track and come back. Top alcohol qualifying session number 1. Top alcohol gets up category. Limited to methanol fuel. 294 was the number for Mr. Art. 2.94. So that should put Art in the number 2 qualifying spot in Fast Forward qualifying. So back to top alcohol, where they'll be up next. There should be, this weekend, there's going to be a total of about 7 cars in the category. I'm not sure if everybody's, I don't think everybody's here yet, but most of them are here. I see Jim Hammond over there. I see Craig Mark. I see Chris Barlow with his new ride. I see Pedro Villa, and I see both Jeeps. I see Derek Belkunis and Jimmy DePass. So yeah, we're gonna have 6 top alcohol cars coming up here momentarily on the National Standard News live stream from Mayhem at Soboba. We're in San Jacinto, California. Southern California Sandbag Association putting on this event. And it's getting chilly, folks. It is definitely cooling off. It only got up to, I don't know, it was right around 70 today. And it's, I gotta say we're in the 50s by now. Probably 59, 58, something like that. It's getting pretty cool. So, good air for these guys. The track looks like it's got some decent hook. We've seen some good numbers. Last few cars that have went down the track. So this session could see some pretty good numbers. The top alcohol world record is a 2.36 at the moment. I'm not sure we're going to see that tonight, but on this track, you want to, the top number you're looking for is somewhere in the mid 240 range. So we'll see what these guys can do. Looks pretty good out here. We'll take a little wander out in the middle of the track here. Pretty heavy soil, as you can see. Pretty heavy. It's got enough fluff and it should have some pretty good hook. Yep, there it is. So the track's looking pretty good. So this is day one. This race will be going on through the rest of the weekend. We'll have racing Saturday and Sunday also. Hey, there's our friend Mr. Kenny Hayes wandering around on the golf cart. Cruising. But yeah, this will be back tomorrow and Sunday with coverage from the beginning to the end of this event. These events, the Friday deal is usually all the early birds show up, make the early qualifying sessions, but everybody will be rolling in tomorrow. We hope to see another really strong spectator turnout over on the hill over there on the bank. So that's the game plan anyways. So a big thank you to Good Vibrations Motorsports. They're the presenting sponsor of the National Sand Drag News live stream this weekend. We've got to give a shout out to them as well as the rest of the NSDN Daily Race coverage sponsors from this event. Dennis Wright, Hammer Down Racing, Morris Family Racing, Rialto Trophy, MPC Racing, Mr. Mark Ratliff, Kevin Williams Racing, and Flirting with Disaster, Mr. Kenny Hayes. So, big thank you to all those folks chipping in to ensure this coverage this weekend. Also, gotta give a big shout out to our friend Mr. Jay Shearer, who dropped off a nice little cooler with beverages. Keep me hydrated. Huge thank you to Jay. Definitely need that throughout the weekend. Keep me going. The wind is still blowing pretty strong, as you can see. Down there is the Motorsports Safety Solutions team. Dave Nearboss and the rest of the crew is down there. Those guys are the best when it comes to motorsports, medical, motorsports safety crew. They do a lot of the off-road, the desert off-road races. They do a lot of stuff. They do a lot of events. Dave tells me, you know, he's got something going on just about every weekend. So they come out here to the events here at Soboba Casino, Southern California, from their home in Vegas, and they keep us safe out here. You know, we never want to see an accident happen, but we always feel a lot better that the fine folks at Motorsport Safety Solutions are on hand and can jump in and do what they do. So once again, the next race here at Soboba is the September 30th through October 2nd, the big show. Hey, there's Dave right there. Dave from Motorsport Safety Solutions. Going to check things out. But September 30th through October 2nd, there's going to be the Top Fuel Showdown, along with Top Alcohol. Should be a lot of cars there for that. And there's going to be added purse money for not only Top Fuel and Top Alcohol, but the rest of the heads-up classes and the pro bracket classes. So more details, TBA. We'll be posting that information on National Sand Drag News for you. We hope to see a lot of racers out here in Southern California for that one. And hey, we'll be, if you come from a long distance, there's a race 2 weeks after at Avenal Sandbags. I believe that's, what would that be, 15th and 16th? In Avenal, California. So if you want to come out here to the West Coast and hit 2 races with one toe, that's the one to do. September 3rd through October 2nd, right here at the Soboba Casino, and then October 15th and 16th up in Avenal Sand Drags. That's where we were last month. So, the tractors are clear. It's time to go top alcohol racing, folks. Joining us late. Your number one qualifier in Pro Mod at the moment is Jimmy the Pass with 285. Your number one qualifier in the Fast Fours class is Robert Skidmore with a 277. Top Eliminator, we believe, is Paul Graham at a 301, but we don't have all the numbers at the moment. And now we're up to top alcohol, and they're towing them out. That's going to be Jim Hammond in the April's Dream Top Alcohol Dragster. Jim Hammond from right here in Southern California. The April's Dream team there. Look at that car. Oh, Jim's he's shooting for a good number here, and hey, he's going to be facing off with Craig Mark, the winner from last month, up in Avenal. Craig in the Eruption Top Alcohol Dragster. Craig all the way from Washington, Washington. Long, long haul for that team. Hey, we got some guys. So everybody call out, what do you think low ET is going to be here for Q1 tonight? I see Daniel Allen's in at 255, Dave Den Hardtalk 248. So what do you guys think? These two are going to set the bar. Craig Mark ran, what are you on, 47 and a 48 up in Avenal. We'll see if he can dip back in the 40s here. Jim Hammond, he's been in the 40s. They've been chasing the tune up a little bit lately, but Jim was telling me earlier they had some parts damage the last time out, and he's hoping that they got everything squared away and get back to the performance we know they can run. So Craig Mark, Jim Hammond. See Joe Betancourt, JB Motorsports, the tuner on Craig Mark's car, getting ready to fire him up. Joe's on the left side of the car. So I talked to both of these guys earlier, and they're ready to run good this weekend. They both are feeling good about their chances, and we'll see what they can lay down here. Qualifying session number 1. We got fire in the hole, guys. good, guys. We got one flipped over on the other end, it looks like. I believe it's Craig Mart. Still the big wheel stand, so 249 on the other side for Jim Hammond, but our thoughts are with Craig Mark down there. Pulled the big wheel stand, and looks like he must have lost it in the shutdown area, so. No, it didn't go all the way over, Kyle. It got way high, and when he came down, it came down hard and started bouncing, and it was almost a blowover. It was really, really close, but it definitely broke the bar, and yeah, okay. Okay, guys, we'll update you guys on Christ's condition here in a little bit. I'm not going to stay live for this, so we'll let you know when we hear some information, and we'll be back live to finish out the session. So, thanks, guys.